Hey. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I've been messing around with my computer. So you kids have me stressed out, and I didn't even, some reason my camera is not working. I don't know. I might got to take it into Best Buy and get it fixed. I don't know because I can't find it for some reason. So I'm sitting here trying to go live, and I'm like, why keep won't let me show my camera? So that's it. But let's get into what is the Martell and Maurice situation. Who y'all think was lying? Now, I think they both might have been fibbing a little bit, but I think Martell was probably telling mostly truth. He might have been throwing some sauce on there, but Maurice wasn't making it look good for his brother Marceau at all. And I just don't understand why in the world. I know if I would not want something like that coming up, I wouldn't want them to keep talking about it. Me personally, I wouldn't have never had to sit down because Martell is ignorant as hell. And I'm like, okay, we know Martell ain't got shit to lose. He already divorced. So he don't care about what's going on, So he said he knew this conversation was coming, so he wasn't surprised, because he had the podcast, I call it the three-hole podcast, Martell, Ariot, and the side chick to mess with the two brothers, honey. So, you know how we all first thought, like, oh, this can't be true. This ain't even right. I don't even believe it. All that kind of stuff. We ain't believe it. So, we looked at the lady. Then people dug up old pictures of her. And they said, okay, for those who's coming in, my camera is, for some reason, can't be found. So I'm sorry that I'm like this. Let me try to, it don't even matter, honey. So I wanted to know, who did y'all think was lying? Martell, come in and let me know. Martell or Maurice. And I think when we get to talking about Maurice, because Maurice, he starts in, trying to get all the pleasantries out the way. Martell lets him know about, he's thinking about making Ariana an honest woman. If she do right. He's like, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious, I want to, get back to being in a relationship. Now I call Ariana the hoe in waiting. Because ain't nowhere in the world I'm be dealing with a man for 10 years, through his marriage, because he reluctantly left the marriage because the wife left him. I would not be sitting here, while this man is playing games on TV. He done went all the way over to Real Housewives of Atlanta, dating the Sheree old ass. Now he's talking about making her an honest woman, possibly if she act right, if she do right. I don't get that. I really don't. So I'm so mad that my camera is not working. I don't know what to do. He can't find it. So I was trying to see if I could pull up the scene though. That's a doggone shame. But anyways, when so they sat down, they talked about Arion, and then so he brings up about about the podcast, like Martell said, he was expecting to have this conversation. He brings up about the podcast, and so we're sitting there. I think ain't nothing working. My goodness alive. So we're sitting there and thinking like, okay, because this is what I want. This is the clip I want. Okay. But anyways, after he sits there and he talks about, meeting up with Ariane and trying to make Ariana, um, make her maybe being serious in a serious relationship rather. I'm up here messing around with this computer, so y'all have to forgive me because I really am trying to get it to where I want it to be at. But honey, it's like my computer is doing what the heck it wants to do. I don't know. I hope I haven't caught some kind of virus. But anyways, it seems like something is going on because my things are not I don't know, the camera's not showing. But anyways, so after he get those little pleasantries out the way, he decides, okay. So, he was talking about the elephant in the room, the podcast. And he was like, yeah, you're invited guest. Basically, he was saying at first that how to get to it. He's talking about how Tisha and Marcel was lying on him. They came for him first. So, he wasn't going to back down and shit, basically, I'm going to take it to hell. So he decided to take it to hell. And like I said earlier, when Tisha got on Carlos King's podcast and called herself airing out Martell, I'm like, you can't air out you can't air the devil out when the devil, he gonna play these games and honey, he gonna have you crying. So if you don't want to be in that situation, I say leave him alone. First of all, we know Tisha, she's kind of sensitive when it comes to her marriage being a topic. And like we see this season, we don't have Mel and Martell to be going back and forth with each other. So we're looking at other people's marriages. And now, so we're looking over at Nell's and I'm like, Nell, how did you and Chris get together? Now we're looking over at Tisha. Tisha did Marcel cheat. And then we're looking at Kimmy. Kimmy, we're really happy that night. And so Maurice decides to tell, as he was going through all this stuff, I don't know what the hell Maurice was doing, but he told Martell about how he, gave him the timeline of everything that happened when he got that DUI and said he hit an animal, a tree, and a pole. Martell cracks up laughing. And, Maurice got a little bit offended. And I'm like, it's funny to me too. Because first of all, I wouldn't even brought the shit up, but you make it seem like you was drunk. And, even Martell even asked him, hey, were you on a gummy? Was you drunk? Did you pop something? So I'm like, okay, these dudes, when they get to partying, because like Martell knows, he knows where all the things lie. Because he didn't party with them dudes before. And we know Martell is not a drinker. He may drink wine. So as we're sitting here listening to these guys, and, I will say Martell is good for TV. Because the whole thing was funny to me. So once we get, when they get to going back and forth, and he was basically saying, as all this stuff was unfolding between Tisha, Marcel, and him, he felt like Maurice should have stepped in and did something, but he didn't. You could have said, you say something to me, but I don't feel like you say nothing to your brother. Now I was trying to figure out what happened between Marcel and Martell. What started this? Did Marcel say something slick and Martell didn't like it? I don't remember what happened, but I remember last season it all culminated at that adult field day game. And when he was calling himself putting Marcel on blast by telling him about what Tisha was doing in college. who cares? So, you know, because of that, then Tisha went on to Carlos King's. Okay, we're going to start it right here. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. And we're going to talk about this. Now, hopefully we'll be able to see it. Okay. Will it let me? Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let me.
Oh, in proximity. I haven't spoken to Martell since Los Angeles, and the truth is, I'm really concerned about his mental health and where he's at.
What's going on, man?
Man, doing all right, bro. How about you?
I said, recently call me up. I can't wait to see what we're finna talk about.
Oh.
So he already knew that Maurice was going to be calling him, but he wanted to. Maurice, I don't know why you think Martell has some kind of mental issue. He don't have no mental issue. He's very petty. And if he feels like he's threatened, he's gonna. We've seen what he did to his wife or his ex-wife. Do you think he was not gonna come after you? So, or anybody who gets in his way. So let's keep going.
Just life. See where you're at.
I mean, I know exactly why Maurice want to meet with me, and actually, I've been anticipating on this day to come. He wants to meet because he want to question me about the trip to Vegas and the interview that Ariane and I that we did. So, again, I've been anticipating this moment. Yeah, I mean, everything's going good. Trying to stop playing around.
Really?
Yeah, man.
When you say stop playing around, what do you mean by that?
Jump back into the relationship thing seriously.
Or are you saying Ariane?
Yeah, I'm talking about Ariane. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, me taking her serious, I feel that things will be better.
So Ariane is still a 304 in waiting. She's still in waiting. And I could not have where the man feel like he the prize. Because that's what it seems like. He feels like he the prize, and this woman got forever to wait on him. But, you know, I digress. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit because I want to get to where they were kind of going back and forth. And it just seems like Marcel's little big brother was throwing him up under the bus when he said that he don't know what Marcel did, like if he flew the woman in or not. You know if he flew the woman in or not. I would have said, no, he didn't. We on TV, everybody gonna lie, you a lawyer. Here we go.
I know you move fast.
You know, sometimes when you know, it's got to make sure everything is in order before you take certain steps in life.
It sounds like you're in a good place. Are you? No, I'm just saying, like in general, because you had a rough couple of months, man.
I did?
You don't think?
No.
When?
Since California to now.
No, I ain't had no rough months.
You didn't?
No. What are you talking about?
I'm saying like you did a video.
I did a video.
And then you did some lives, and it's like, for real. I asked you here, man, because I'm concerned.
Now, what is Maurice really concerned about? I think he's concerned that his tea is going to be spilled all over them LAMH streets. LAMH streets. I think so. That's what he is concerned about. Because in no one's right mind, first of all, if I had a friend that did me like this, and if I did some dirty stuff and they went back and let the cat out the bag, we don't got nothing else to talk about. No, because now you way below the belt. And, you know, your friendship is supposed to go a little bit different than this. Especially when I really ain't did nothing to you. And, you know, Martell says, I'm sorry you called a stray. But shoot, you ain't really come to my defense. Then he really got to talking about what happened in LA. So I'm going to speed you up to there. But, you know, we all seen what Carlos King kept asking Martell, did you go in and plead guilty? And Martell didn't know the words to say. He did a procedural thing so it could get out of that court into another court. That's what he did. But he wasn't pleading guilty to the whatever the charge that the revenge, revenge porn or whatever that was. So So I guess, but when he was explaining that on the stage, he didn't like when he looked over at Maurice, and by Maurice being an attorney, the look he gave him. And Maurice just let him know, hey, I was looking like that because look, you don't have to explain that to these people on the stage. It is Alabama versus you, not Alabama versus Love and Marriage Huntsville. I mean, excuse me, Martell versus Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you don't have to explain nothing. What your attorney tell you, and then Martell said, "Oh, okay, yeah, he did tell me to shut the fuck up, not say nothing else." So that's when Maurice go on to tell Martell about him hitting the animal, the tree in the pole. And Martell just cuts up laughing at him like, are you kidding me? It don't even sound real. And then Maurice kind of got an attitude about it. You know how Maurice had to make everything so sensitive and serious. What did Melanie call him? Dr. Martin Luther Maurice King or whatever she called him. Yeah, let's see here.
I kind of like gave them like a warning. Like, I'm hoping that they will call me, But I see they had no remorse for the lies, and they just kind of like stuck with it.
So here, this is when Martell is explaining to Maurice that, hey, I went ahead to, and planned this live, but I put it out there in advance, the live or whatever, the recording or the podcast with him, Ariane, and the side chick or mistress or whatever you want to call a sloppy third and fourth. He put that out there. He said he was hoping that Marceau would call him so they could talk about it, and he wouldn't have to put that out. I don't know, but I know it was they had said they was going to put it out there, and then they had a hard time upload, like it was taking forever to upload. And maybe this is why it took forever to upload, because he really didn't want to do it. He was using that, trying to see if call Marceau's bluff, but Marceau's like, I guess he didn't know. It seems like there's a communication problem there, because just maybe somebody, you could at least said, well, hey, I put this out, but Marceau, give me a call. Or I got some, I don't know. But anyways, so that's what he's explaining there.
Yeah. That took so much for me to do that. I didn't want to do that. I would never want to do nothing like that. But it's like, y'all stop playing with me. Y'all stop coming for me. Y'all come for me for years. I've done nothing. I don't want you guys to divorce. I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to tear them apart. But if you guys keep coming for me, I'm going to keep going lower and lower.
So he said he doesn't want them to divorce. I don't know. I feel like just kind of like I felt with Melody when her marriage was going through. She wanted, because she was miserable, she wanted to make sure like she wasn't the only one who was in a marriage that got cheated on. So she was hell bent on trying to make sure everybody else man was cheating on them. That's what it seemed like to me. But anyways, so here we're going to get into it some more. Here we go.
You know that Marceau wasn't the only person that your invited guest talked about on our interview.
And I apologize to you for catching that little stray bullet.
He got more than a stray bullet. He got a stray grenade, a stray bomb. That's what he called. Because I know Kimmy was like, what the you and your brother doing the same woman. They looking at this lady. But like I said, they brought up pictures of her at that time. She looked to be a nice looking lady. I don't know, like she had a rough time. So let's go ahead and go again. And I'm keep stopping it and going back and forth because I don't want strikes or whatever. So here we go.
But again, you could have stepped in and been like, hey, Marceau, like Tisha, y'all chill, I know you've talked to me about it, but to me, it don't seem like you had conversations with Marceau in terms of dealing with Martell, your friend or whatever. When they were coming for me, I felt that a lot of times Reese possibly should have stepped in and had those conversations with his brother. And what really kind of like took me over that mountaintop was when we was in LA. Yeah. When Carlos was asking me, he said, Martell, were you guilty or were you not? And
And I already explained that. I want to speed it up along because it gets to the point where Maurice is asking him some weird questions. Let's go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why, even if you don't want to know why.
Okay, go ahead.
This is not you versus everybody on that stage. It's you versus the state of Alabama.
What they got to do with
So
you
anything
trying to...
you say can and will be used against you. I know
Okay, so we covered that. So basically, Martell, keep your mouth closed while you're still going through this. Okay.
We're in the same place at the same time. We're all at Black. We left Black together. She took me back to the office because my car was parked there. We both left my office at the same time. I make a stop, holla at Sadaric and JB. Kimmy goes home. She gets in the bed roughly about 30 minutes before I was right around the corner. So as I'm driving, I hit an animal.
I'm sorry. Oh, you hit an animal that night?
I hit an animal.
Oh.
And then that's when I hit the tree.
So you hit the animal and the tree?
Yes.
Oh.
It was a tree and a pole.
An animal, a tree, and a pole. Now, I don't know why he brought this up, but I guess he had said in the reunion that they would find out about his timeline. He just gave it to Martell. He told Martell what happened, what he hit, and then he says they threw it away. So basically, he's exonerated. So let me speed it along a little bit. So yeah, so that's that on the whole. Was that after Black debacle with the DUI?
Not.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. You hit an animal? A tree animal?
You see, Maurice does not like this. He doesn't like Martell laughing at him because to me it is kind of comical when you talk about it. I would imagine if I was saying, yeah, I hit. One time I was driving, had no business driving. I was a kid and I was driving down the street and I hit a whole dang on stop sign, honey, and the thing flew down the street. And then my aunt hurried up and we both got out the car and I jumped in the passenger side. She jumped in the driver's side. I thought I could turn the corner. I guess I wasn't braking. I was going, I don't know, about 35, 40 miles an hour. And girl gonna turn that fast on the corner. And that's what happened to me. So let me speed it up a little bit.
Did you kill the animal? Keep running.
Ran off. I think
so it sounds like he hit a deer. And maybe that's what happened once he hit that deer, or maybe tried to stop. You know, sometimes they say it's best for you to hit the deer than to try and stop it or try to swerve. And maybe he tried to swerve. He still hit the deer. And then that's why he hit the tree and the pole too.
Martell's gassing me up right now. This is Martell's get back. That's what I think. He wants to bust out laughing about this story because he wants to get back. He wants to try to hurt my feelings because he felt hurt. That's what I believe. Because I don't think for one second that Martell thinks that a DUI and me going through all of this stuff, the injury and everything else, is funny.
Okay, we're going to
I don't think he thinks that. And get this, and my case got dismissed because all of the evidence aligned with what I just said, because I wasn't guilty. Do you find humor in your case?
It can be once it's dismissed, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be funny as hell.
Oh, okay. I don't believe Martell for a second. At the end of the day, I care about my reputation, but I don't act out because of it. I think that Martell's been acting out, and to be honest, it's actually been not good for him. It's the opposite of what he's looking for. And it's definitely not the person that you said you wanted to be. You've been showing out, bro.
Gloves are off, you know?
He said the gloves are off. It's like this. He don't give a fuck about any of the other things. He don't have a wipe to lose because he already lost it. We know Ariana gonna stay regardless at this point. Now, if she changed her mind on down the road, but right now it looks like she's staying like they say, irregardless of whatever he may do. So the only people who have something to lose really is Marceau and Maurice. Now, and why would you bring this up and have it on camera? Because you don't know what this dude is going to say. And here he goes.
I feel like some people don't care about me. Let me stop being so nice and stop caring about other people's feelings and things like that. And now I'm not giving. That's where I'm at. Like, with your brother, your sister-in-law, don't lie intentionally. I don't like that.
So you've never lied intentionally?
No. The video that I put out, do you think that was a lie?
Yes, I do.
How?
You included me into this situation, right?
I didn't include you in this situation.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
In that video,
she told her truth. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
He said he ain't had nothing to do with it. That girl told her truth, and by her telling her truth, Maurice caught a stray. That's what happened. He caught a stray. Y'all let me know who y'all thought was lying. Because it looks to me like Martell is telling the truth. He might just sprinkle some damn sauce and fairy dust on that motherfucker, but he's telling the truth, seems like. And the things that Maurice says, and if I was Marceau and I come back and see this, I would be so mad. First of all, y'all didn't have to have this conversation on camera. Y'all already know that Tisha is very, this is her Achilles heel. So she probably tripping after she just hadn't watched it. Now, I know she goes live tomorrow, so I have to see what she got to say about it. But if I was her and I know that I'm so fragile about my marriage, I just would not say nothing else, because all those guys party together. And I'm not saying Tisha should leave her husband, because she, whether this lady is telling the truth or not, the lady on the podcast, she ain't called, she hasn't called him. And in her, her situation in her household, everything looks okay. But evidently, if I felt like my husband had did anything, couldn't nobody on the internet and all that stuff make me feel away. It could not. But you can see that even at the beginning of this episode, Tisha goes back and talk with Miss Nell and almost start crying, because that is something that's, that's hard for her to get over, and then when Martell brings this woman on there to have this podcast with, and then the podcast woman decides to say that, hey, yes, she's telling her truth, that no, not only did I do one brother, I did both of them. Here we go.
That's true. I'm telling you, most of it's not true.
Y'all hear that? He said, I'm telling you, most of it isn't true. Why are you saying this? I don't get it. Stop.
Bro, I was there. You want me to tell you what the truth is?
Okay, go ahead.
You had sex with her. Also had sex with her. She wanted me badly, but I'm like, no.
He said, I'm going to tell you what the truth is. You had sex with her. Marceau had sex with her, and she wanted me, but I was like, no. He said I wasn't going to get to be the sloppy third. Now, in this conversation, Martell kind of insinuates, like, where y'all, asked him about popping what do you call those? A gummy. We know they drink. We know he got pulled over for a DUI, but he got thrown out. So we know they drink. We know he do not. So most people, because I'm the person who, I'm usually, if me and my friends are hanging out, I'm the one who's a designated driver. I'm not the one who drinks. Because I can have fun without drinking. So I'm going to be the sober one. And it seems like the sober one probably remembers it a little bit better than you do, Maurice. So he gets the questioning, Martell. Here we go.
You were in the room?
While y'all had sex?
Yes.
On the initial?
On the initial?
Mm-hmm.
So you watched us? What color was the room?
Now, I just stayed in Las Vegas in the hotel. I can't tell you what color the damn room. I guess the walls were white. But I damn sure can't tell you what the color of the carpet was. So this seems to me, I've been in a room where there's been multiple people. I was in the military. This girl let them all run them on her. And I went in there because someone had notified me and all of my stuff, because we got our first pass. So she was an older white lady. Well, older to me. I was 19. She was in her 30s. You know, she was older than my mama. I think so. Yeah. Or she was my mother's age. So she was in her late 30s. So this lady, we got drunk and she said, line them up. And she was a biker girl and they lined them up and it was things everywhere. Now, I do remember going into the room, got my stuff out, went off on a bunch of them because they went through my things. But I couldn't tell you what color that hotel room was. I could not tell you what everybody's junk looked like. I do remember one particularly because at my young age, I had never seen a hook and a curve before. And that's the one that was in the bathroom with her. But everybody else had their stuff out. So here we go.
What color was the carpet in the room?
Hold on. So you saying we didn't even go to Vegas?
I'm asking what color was the carpet in the room?
Do y'all remember the color of the carpet in the hotel rooms y'all stayed in? Because I don't know. It's like paisley or whatever. But do we remember that kind of stuff? And I got to keep stopping and giving context and giving content because I don't want them to strike my video. But who does that? You know, who remembers? You know, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to put something up here. But don't nobody remember that kind of stuff at all. You remember you saw them all getting it on. Maybe he was, you know, looking that hard. You know, you can see what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems to me that that I think this line of questioning that Maurice is doing is not getting it. I think because it makes it seems to me like they're let me take that off here, girl. I'm trying to delete stuff so I can add something else. Yes, but it seems like his questioning, it doesn't make him look good, and the things he's saying, it kind of makes it seem like he's not telling the truth, and he's throwing his brother kind of up under the bus somewhat, you know, because he goes on to say, I don't know who he flew in, because Martell says, I'm going to do an overlay here so I can play the rest. So let me go ahead back. Yeah.
You two gummies. Oh, you want a gummy right now?
Martell, where's my like?
Bro, shut up. So don't play with me like that, bro.
No, I'm just asking.
No.
There's something very unique about me.
Bro, I don't. No, bro. I don't talk about that. Let's change trajectory.
Let's not change trajectory. Let's answer the question. Objection, unresponsive.
No. I would definitely say the conversation got a bit weird when Maurice started asking all these crazy ass questions about his personal space and about the room, the rug, and all that kind of. You can tell when somebody lied. And it wasn't me.
In your video, you said that you were gambling.
So he says, tell me what my dick looked like. Because there's something very peculiar about it. Really? Now you already got Tisha over here telling Carlos King that he's gay. Even if Martell remembers something peculiar about old boy stuff. And I'm pretty sure they'd have been to the Y together. They probably seen each other before, you know, showers or whatever. You think Martell's going to say it on national TV where you already insinuated that I like boys? He ain't about to say that. And then, what that got to do with it? If I seen you over there, I don't know, you know, maybe I walked in, came out the bathroom, walked in, y'all was already getting it on. I don't know. And then he's questioning him also about Well, in the video, because you know he didn't analyze this video. In the video of the podcast, you said you were out gambling. Here we go.
You know you said that, right? You weren't there.
Bro, I gambled.
No. I'm saying that in the video, you said that you weren't there. You were gambling. So which one is it?
I was there and I was gambling.
Did you guys pay her for the interview?
I didn't pay for no interview.
So she just all of a sudden appeared out of nowhere?
No, she didn't appear out of nowhere. I contacted her. What do you mean?
How do you know who she is?
So Martell says he did not pay Miss Lady for the interview. And he wants to know then how you know who the how'd you get in contact with her? He said because he remembered her. So here we go.
I remember her when I met her in Vegas from your brother flying her in. You just go sit up here and lie.
No, you sat there and lied.
Oh, you saying to me, you?
We all went to Vegas. That's not. I'm not going to say that we didn't go to Vegas, but you putting sauce on everything.
I believe Martell at this point is a master of insinuation. And what he's done is he's found that it's caused a lot of chaos for a lot of people, and he uses it as his get back. Kimmy may have been right. I probably am wasting my time right now.
So do we think he's the master of insinuations, or is he telling the truth? Or is he just throwing a little soft, a little truth, a little fiction? What's going on? Do we believe that's the lady that Marceau and possibly Maurice slept with? So were they running trains as brothers together? I don't know. That's real sticky, honey. Here we go.
But I know one thing's for sure. He can't unhear what I'm saying.
Don't sit up here and call me a liar.
Let's just talk about facts.
Oh, which part isn't true? Hold on. Which part isn't true?
So Martell said, which part isn't true? Tell me which part isn't true. Let me go on over here. I'm going to take this thing down real quick here. I'm going to take it down so we can, so you can see their face. I had to cover it up a little bit. And for all y'all's coming in, my camera on my computer then went, I don't know what the hell didn't happen. I got to take it and get it fixed or whatever. So here we go.
So didn't fly her in town?
I don't know what Marceau did.
We was together. All four of us was going places together. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
You hear that? Martell said all four of us was going places together. So it was Martell, Marceau, side chick on the podcast, or the hoe on the podcast, whatever y'all want to call her. Right? And Martell. So Maurice, Martell, Marceau, and the lady he flew in. Okay, look, let me go back over here. Let me see the comments. Please hit the like. Thank you. Please hit the like button. I apologize. Thank you. Let's Talk Live. Thank you. Honey, my dang old camera that went kaput. I gotta buy me a new computer probably. But here he goes. So, and also let you know, I will be joining Brandy Janae at 8:30, and we're gonna go and do the whole review of the whole episode. So here we go. Here, let me go on back over here.
Oh, you make it even worse.
You don't even remember.
Hold on. Are you an attorney?
Absolutely.
Sue us.
Listen, Martell.
Sue us.
Mic drop. He said, are you attorney? You attorney, right? Sue us. If we're lying, sue us. I'm telling you what. Y'all might not like. Yeah, Brandy Janae on YouTube. Yes, Brandi. Janae, Jene. I'm sorry, but we'll be on there at 8:30. It'll come up live on my end too. So, but yes, I feel like that was a mic drop moment, and I don't care what anybody say. All these episodes have been going on. It's here and there. We might have a little bit of something. I didn't care to hear about Trisha, her man. I didn't care, I don't care about the Lance and Destiny thing, because let her tell us she ain't gave him none. Every episode so far that they had a scene with Martell, he dropping something. He dropping something about coleslaw and him getting together. He, to me, is making We might not like him, but he damn sure good for TV. Now, and I don't care what nobody say, because I feel like even all that shit between Ken and what's his name, Marquez, all that, we didn't even get a chance to see the damn fight. But we are seeing this. And it's a shame because Maurice, what did you accomplish here? You make it look like the way it's ending up, it seems like that you, Marceau, and Martell, like y'all used to cheat together. That's what it seemed like. That y'all used to cheat together. And I don't remember what happened. Could y'all tell me what happened? Why did Marceau and Martell get into it last season? I forgot. I don't really remember. But this is ridiculous. I feel sorry for Tisha. I really do. I like Tisha. I actually like all of them on there. Anytime there's whenever there's a reality show, we have to have a villain. So Martell is in this villain era. And like I said, this was the best part of the episode. And that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm like, because Maurice, you just did. Martell was handling you every which way. You didn't come out of this looking good. And when you went back and told your brother, I don't think your brother was expecting to see what he got. Hold on, my son calling me. Just 1 second. I'm gonna play this for y'all.
What am I gonna get from it?
You cannot.
You can sue her. Y'all can sue me. I don't lie.
Hey, Martell.
I don't lie.
You don't lie.
No, Attorney Reese, you're not going to question me about I know facts.
All right, my son trying to find out about him doing jury duty. So that's what I got so far. And when he goes back to talk, like Kimmy said, you should have used that time to talk with Monster. Going over to talk to Martell about any of this, he don't respect you. Basically, he sees you as an extension of Marceau. I think that Maurice knows that Martell knows all of their dirt and all the dirt that they did together. And he's trying to, manipulate it so nothing else comes out. That's what I believe. And I think he must have thought this was going to go a different way. Or is it all just a scheme set up by Carlos to come to us with the bullshit? Because I'm like, in real life, when people actually do this and know it's going to be filmed, I'm not going to come on here and let you spray me with some stuff I don't want to be sprayed with. That's what I have to say. I wouldn't want to be sprayed off. This is just, this was the best scene so far this whole season. I feel like, forget the Trish, or whatever, and her Ken, they can all go. This was good to me. And like I said, when I first started watching this show, I felt so bad for Melody. I did, but I didn't like how she was trying to, because her marriage was falling apart, was trying to prove that everybody else is husband. I'm pretty sure Martell went back and told her some of the dirt that the other ones did, especially when he got caught up. And yes, he did, because he told her he thought just having one girlfriend instead of 20 girlfriends like Marceau had. But, that it is what it is. But that's all I got to say. But I'm going to say this scene right here was everything. And I feel like the truth was more with Martell than it was with Maurice. Y'all let me know in the comments. I got to get ready for Brandy. I don't know if I have to use my phone or whatever so I can be seen. But I'll talk to y'all later. I got a grandbaby downstairs. See, I hadn't been on live in a minute on my computer, and I've been stuck with my grandson and our granddaughter. And honey, ain't been able to do nothing. Hadn't been able to go live or anything. But I thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, we'll be back on at 8:30. We'll do a whole rundown of the whole episode. Come back and join us. Let us know what you guys think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you. Y'all have a great evening. Good night. Or see y'all later.